Hey, this is Dave. So I'm going to make a hammock today. It's going to be a no sew hammock, but there will be tools that are used. So I've got medical barrier material. I've cut it 43 inches wide and 8 feet 3 inches long. I'm going to use a hammer. I'm going to use a heavy duty staple gun, supply of staples. I'm going to use a saw, a couple of pieces of wood, 6 lengths of 550 cord. Those are just over 3 feet long, so about 38 inches. Some screws, a couple of screwdrivers, and a pair of pliers. That should be everything that I need, and we're going to go ahead and put this project together today. This is a piece of 1x1 lumber. I'm going to cut it 28 inches long and just use an ordinary saw. I have another piece of wood. This is 3/8 of an inch thick by 1.5 inches, and I'm going to cut 2 sections 28 inches long, and that's going to marry up to these, and we'll see how those go together here in just a few minutes. Got my 4 pieces of wood cut up. They're 1.5 inches and 1.25 inches by 1.5 inches, 28 inches long. So they're going to marry up with each other like this. Material in between. So I'll show you what we're going to do next. I'm stapling the material to one of the 1x pieces of lumber. I'm tri-folding it, holding it in position, set the staple gun in position, apply the staple, and tap it in with a hammer. So these are going in about every 2 inches, and they are going to secure the material to the wood so that I can get a tight wrap on the wood with the material so it doesn't pull out. With the end now set, I'm ready to roll the material, and after 2.5 rolls I'm going to staple it one more time, and then I will apply one of the 3/4 inch thick pieces of lumber to the material, to the wood, using the screws that I have. Applied to both ends, applied to the 1 inch by 1 inch sticks using the staple gun and the hammer to tap it all in. I'm now going to apply the 3/4 inch, 1.5 inch piece of wood to each end here to further secure the material so it won't tear out. So I use the wood, and I'll use some 1.25 inch screws, and I'll put these in about every 2 to 3 inches. I'm securing the 3/4 inch thick piece of wood to the 1x1 using these screws. Tap it with a hammer to get the threads to bite, and just work it in with a screwdriver. And I'm running these about every 2 inches apart. Testing out the length of this, it looks like it's a pretty darn good fit for me. I'm 5'10", so I've got about 3 to 4 inches of space here. Excellent. So all I've got to do now is drill some holes in the ends and run the ropes through, And those will be the connection point to the tree. I'm out in the garage. I'm going to drill some holes through this wood, through the material, and use that to run my ropes through. And then I'm going to singe the material using a candle and a nail. I'm just going to heat the nail up with the candle. Use a pair of pliers to hold on to it. So I've got 6 ropes, 3 for each end, and I'm going to run them through twice. So 6 holes is what I'm going to do. I've got a 1/4 inch drill bit, and I'm just going to pop these holes right through here. I've drilled 3 sets of holes, 6 holes. I ran the 550 cord through, and I've tied loop knots on the hammock side, and this side here is where it'll hang. I elected to do the loop knot so that if I want to hang any gear off the ends of the hammock, then I've got options to do that, up to 6 options. So just multi-function it. I'll go ahead and do the other side, and then we'll be ready to go ahead and test it out. I'm preparing the nail to singe the material to prevent it from tearing. Got my hammock set up. I got my pad in it. I set the center point on each end first, and then I set the 2 side points. This tree is plenty wide enough, so it's got a nice spread going right here. And this tree here, as you can see, is quite a bit more narrow, but I have another tree right over here, so I made use of it. Centerpiece to the main tree, side piece over here, and then the other one over to this tree over here. As you can see, the mattress pad just exactly fits on. It's got about 1 inch on each end. So without doing a whole lot of measuring, I got darn lucky. Let's go ahead and give this a test run. There we go. I've got a nice flat surface. The material's just coming up on the edges. I'll be able to tuck my blanket in here. Oh, this is very comfortable. Far more comfortable than the hammock that I bought at the store and have been using for a couple of years. So I think this is a go. Real happy with this. And I'll have to work on a packing system for it. Could be that I just roll it up on itself, or I might make a small bag for it to fit into.